Hi, it's Elise Corbin from Peter Francisco Soil and Water Conservation District, serving Buckingham and Cumberland counties. And today we are going to let SK Worm answer our questions about soil. So let's get started. Here is SK Worm right here. And this was written by NRCS. Okay. First question. Is soil made through magic? And the answer is, soil doesn't just appear out of nowhere. A magician doesn't wave a magic wand and go poof, and soil shows up. And it's not made in a soil factory. Soil comes from broken leaves, rocks, dead leaves, tree limbs, dead bugs, and those kinds of things. Ta-da! All right. Does soil have parents? And the answer is, soil doesn't have a mom and dad, but it is made of something called parent material, the basic stuff needed to make soil. So the parent material would be the broken up twigs, the dead leaves, the dead bugs that decay and become soil, yeah. Next question. What does weather have to do with the soil? What does heat and cold and the different weathers have to do with the soil? And the answer is, whether you believe it or not, weather helps make soil. When the weather gets hot, rocks can get bigger. When the weather turns cold, rocks get smaller. If this happens often enough, the rock will crack and break up into small pieces, and that breaks into even smaller pieces. And when they get really small, guess what? They turn into soil. Next question. What does cold weather do to the soil? Well, rain and ice can also get into rocks and break them apart. So believe me, the weather does help make soil. And that's no snow job. SK has a sense of humor, doesn't he? Next question. How does soil help keep me cool? And that's the worm. How does soil help keep worms cool? Well, when the soil is cool, worms are cool. If the temperature gets too cool, the worms can dig deeper and find a warm place to slither and snooze. But when temperature is too hot, worms really don't feel so hot, do they? Next question. How does soil help keep a worm cool? In fact, if I get too hot, I'll dry up like a piece of old beef jerky. So on really hot days, I look for a cool spot in the soil and coil myself up to keep cool and stay moist. If the soil is covered with plants, it cools the soil down and I can stay cooler. Next question. What's on and in the horizon? Did you know that there are horizons in soil? They are named O, A, B, and C. O is the top horizon. It's about an inch thick, made up of dead stuff that breaks down and keeps the soil oh so healthy. That's how you can remember it. Next horizon would be the A horizon. The A horizon is topsoil that's alive with roots, tiny micro stuff like bacteria and fungi, and all kinds of critters, like worms, like SK. The A horizon is A-OK with me. B horizon. Number 3 is horizon B. Plants and animals have a tough time getting through B. Why? Because it's very hard. And the final horizon is horizon C. See horizon C? You see, horizon C has less living stuff in it than O, A, and B. C is parent material that's made up of rock and the soil that form the 3 layers above it. Do soils come in different color? They sure do. Soils could come in black, red, yellow, white, brown, and gray. Not exactly a rainbow of colors, but they look good to little old SK Worm. Another good question. How does water stay in the soil? When water gets into the soil, it pours into pores, P-O-R-E-S. Pores are spaces in the soil that come in different sizes. The bigger the pore or the space, the more water it holds. How does air get into the soil? Because soil is half air and water, and then the rest of it is like rocks and minerals and parent material and things like that. So half of soil really is air and water. Well, how does air get into the soil? The pores strike again. Air gets down into the soil through the same pores that let in and hold water. The burrows that worms and his pals dig in the air to underground, the burrows that I, SK Worm, and my pals dig let in air. And that's good news for undergrounders. By the way, I don't have lungs for breathing. I breathe through my skin. Please don't try this at home. Don't try breathing through your skin. Aren't we glad we've got lungs? Okay, why do plants like soil? Because they like to eat and drink. Soil has a lot of things that plants need to satisfy their appetites, but not for pizza or banana splits. These are too big to fit in the plant's roots. Plants have a hunger for nutrients and really strange names that you'll learn in high school. And do roots just like soil? No way! Roots love helping others. They drain water from the soil. They keep the soil from staying too wet. And when the soil gets too dry, roots draw up water. The water has all kinds of good stuff in it that living things need to stay healthy. And roots help make soil too. They split rocks into pieces that later become soil. All right. Does soil care about time? Soil's never in a hurry, especially when it comes to making more soil. It can take 500 to 1,000 years just to form 1 inch of topsoil. If people grew that slowly, it would take 80,000 years to grow a basketball player. That's pretty incredible, isn't it? Can we keep the soil from blowing away? Wind erosion. When soil blows away, that's what it's called, wind erosion. And there's soil saving going on right now. One way is with windbreaks, rows of trees that are planted beside fields to keep the soil from blowing away. The next time you're out in the country, take a look at the farmland and see all the ways that farmers help their soil at home. Can we keep soil from washing away? Good question. Water erosion. People are using plants and grass to hold the soil down. Farmers care for the land to keep the soil on the land. They want to keep on growing food for us and help keep the water clean. So yes, we can do things to keep the soil from washing away. And this is called soil conservation. It's smart. Soil conservation is the best way to make sure that we have the land we need to live on. In any case, to live in. Like SK Worm or his friends that live underground, or in his case. If you see your soil eroding, please protect it with grass or plants. If you see something that's making the soil stick, do everything you can to make soil healthy again, if the soil's sick. If you live on a farm, make sure that the soil on your fields and pastures stay right where they are, so you can call your pals there at the National Resources Conservation Service or your pals here at Peter Francisco Soil and Water Conservation District. We'll help you learn everything you need to get things going and growing. The end. Now, it's official. SK Worm is giving you a certificate. A soil certificate. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.